Hey friends, welcome to A Warehouse Chef. I'm George, and today I'm showcasing a product that continuously has popped up in my Facebook feed. It's known as Pacha sprouted buckwheat bread. There are a couple of options available from Pacha, and we're going to try them all. I was intrigued by this bread, and I was just about ready to buy some. Just then, Pacha reached out to me. These samples were given to me, but no money was exchanged between Pacha and myself. They will not see this review before it's released, and they have no involvement or say whatsoever with this review. Do you know what buckwheat is? It's not wheat, and therefore it does not contain gluten. If you've watched my channel, you know that I avoid grains.
When I invite him over for something as simple as cheese and crackers, it's like, I don't know what kind of crackers to get him. He won't eat anything with flour. He only eats grains if they're sprouted.
I almost always go for sprouted grains. Buckwheat and sprouted buckwheat are related but distinct forms of the same plant. Buckwheat's a pseudo-cereal, which means it's used similarly to grains but doesn't belong to the grass family like wheat. Buckwheat is rich in nutrients such as fiber, protein, B vitamins, niacin, riboflavin, which are B vitamins, and minerals like magnesium and phosphorus. It's also a good source of antioxidants, especially rutin. Sprouted buckwheat is made by germinating buckwheat seeds. This involves soaking the seeds in water to initiate the sprouting process. Additionally, sprouting can lead to reduced levels of anti-nutrients. So sprouting can improve the digestibility of buckwheat by breaking down complex compounds and reducing the levels of enzyme inhibitors that can interfere with digestion. Now, most of their bread products come in the form of a loaf that you can slice any way that you want. I like that. The simplest is their buckwheat loaf sourdough bread, just 2 ingredients: sprouted organic buckwheat and sea salt. Let's start off simple and just have it as toast with butter. Now, Pacha recommends toasting their bread before eating it. Instinctively, I would not have it raw because right out of the packaging, the plain version, just the buckwheat loaf, does have a strong sourdough scent, and that's not terribly inviting to me. Now, the texture of this bread does resemble this bread, which is a 3-grain wheat bread, and I really like this bread, except I can't have it because it has gluten. It's truly delicious. That sourdough bread flavor does definitely come through. The texture is very similar to this 3-grain bread, and I really like it. And I used a really great butter on this. If you've watched my video on Kerrygold versus Kirkland grass-fed butter, you know that I'm a big fan of grass-fed butter, and I also love New Zealand dairy products. And lately there's been a lot of controversy surrounding Kerrygold butter. In 2022 there was a large recall because their packaging contained some nasty metals in the wrapper known as PFAS. It was supposedly handled, and then vague rumors had it that it was only handled in certain states that require the packaging to be removed, and then there've been a lot of questions about the integrity of Kerrygold butter, and many of you have commented how the flavors changed. So I've been on the lookout for a new grass-fed butter. The good folks at Lewis Road Creamery reached out to me and sent me this butter to try. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so that when I release the full review of that butter compared to Kerrygold and Kirkland, you'll be the first to know. I'm really curious to see how this bread does as a sandwich. Maybe a prosciutto sandwich with mozzarella and tomato, lettuce, aged balsamic. Again, it's more like a dense multi-grain bread than a typical soft sliced bread. And honestly, I'm totally fine with that. When you toast it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be terribly hard. And see, this still has some flexibility with it. Pretty good. Another interesting product they offer are their buckwheat buns. I love that their package is compostable. Let's give it a shot as a burger. So right out of the gate, I noticed that the bun is definitely too dense and it's not soft like a burger bun. And I may have made a mistake. Maybe I need to slice their buns in half, but let me give this a try. As a burger bun, not great. I bet you it'd be good as an egg sandwich. Let's give it a shot. But this time I'm gonna slice it in half. Much better. Really good as an egg sandwich. It behaves almost like an English muffin. I should really make a gluten-free English muffin for you guys. Subscribe and check back. I'm probably gonna do that. I bet that if I cut this in half, it'll do just fine as a burger bun. Not soft like a burger bun, but better than not having any kind of bread at all. And the flavor is really good. The flavor's great. I just needed more time to soak in the egg mixture. You can get away with this. I bet you if you did an overnight soak where you left the pacha bread in the egg mix overnight, I think this would make an absolutely fantastic French toast. There are two other styles of bread that Pacha sells, garlic rye and cheesy bread. The packaging on the garlic rye says gluten-free, and I got all excited because I was always under the impression that rye contained gluten. So I double checked, and yes, rye does have gluten, but the garlic rye loaf has no rye in it. It contains caraway seeds. And they're often found in traditional rye bread, and it gives it that flavor often associated with rye. Nice. Very, very nice. Cut this thin, slice it into little squares, toast it up, make croutons with it, serve it with cheese. Truly, truly a really nice flavor. I like it a lot. Now the cheesy bread, it has no dairy in it. The cheese flavor comes from nutritional yeast. Super tasty, same as the rye. Can be used as a cracker, as a crouton. You can make any sandwich you want with it. Probably not the French toast. It's really, really good. I give Pacha bread a welcoming 2 thumbs up, and I think it's gonna become a really nice staple in my household. When you get your Pacha, you can use the affiliate link in the description. It's gonna help my channel grow, and they should offer you some kind of discount. You should freeze what you don't plan on eating within 2 weeks, and you can store it in the freezer for up to a year. So if you're in the market for bread that's organic, sprouted, vegan, paleo, gluten-free, from a brand that uses regenerative agriculture to help improve soil and increase biodiversity, who uses packaging that's 100% home compostable, Pacha's the bread for you. Click on these links for more great content. Cheers.